to another enlightening episode of your weekly family law conversation. Reality and happens, sometimes for good reasons, but that's another subject entirely. So tonight we will be answering some on X as at Onyenucheya Uko. So what is divorce? Divorce can be described, it can be explained, it can be defined as the termination of a marriage, the legal termination of a live in different residencies and maybe lead fairly different lives without their marriage being terminated. They will remain married to each other, though being apart. But in a divorce, it means a decision, or because they met somebody new who is more interesting or some other reason, and then they decide to go for a divorce or obtain a divorce. In Nigeria, before a divorce court, in agreeing with that conclusion that the marriage has broken down irretrievably. So before any petition for divorce can be satisfactorily or successfully prosecuted in any court, and in the course of that marriage, upwards of a year or thereabout, they have not been able to consummate the marriage. I'm not talking about where consummation has happened and then one party withdraws affection from the other or deprives the other. So it is one of the grounds, one of the facts, one of the ingredients that one can prove before the court to satisfy the court convincingly that he or she has deserted the other, has a sufficient ground, married or not. The court will not. The court will believe that for both parties to have stayed apart for 3 years, 2 years timeline and the 3 years timeline and the 3 years timeline. But where that separation is shown is not an agreement on. So for claim of separation to hold, and that adultery, I will give you the other ingredients or the other elements that will satisfy.
Every Thursday at 9 p.m. on the People's 105.5 FM Abuja, or an intimate
radio station, People's 105.5 FM, tolerable adultery. And I said that it is not enough that a party find it intolerable. They cannot subsequently start whipping up that same incident. The party who brings a petition for a divorce must satisfy the court that the other has conducted him or herself. The other has behaved in such a condone. It's something that in law, there is a presumption of death where a person beheld. It means that party it will not be enough that you no longer love your husband. It will not be enough I test to him. The other question, what we call a decree, parties are bent on, to also divorce each other within the court. But like I said, children, I want you to return the bride price and the marriage is due. The other question, before we open the phone lines and then consider and prepare for, when I return in about a minute.
Domestic relations. Together, let's.
You're welcome back. We're still live on that lone ground of the marriage proceed to a customary court, or the threat of violence or act as much as is possible one removes oneself. The number again is 091. Things I'm sure many people often hear. So it's important. And even if you're having in the things you do, and that means that you are not able to maximize that period where you are the only one who knows such cases. I've had people carefully would have ordinarily disappeared. Critical proceed in error. 633
of how to navigate this complex
on your favorite radio station. 3 again, please have children. The divorce does not will naturally include that the children finding certain things in them. Don't the cost of getting as you can make